Welcome to another segment of Potpourri. I'm your host, Ariel Benton, and today we have with us the Executive Director of Colored Rocks, Cheryl Dukes. Thanks for joining us today.
Thanks for having me, Ariel. I love your name. It's a beautiful name. Good to be here.
Thank you so much. And I want to learn more about the name Colored Rocks and this organization and just the foundation behind it.
Okay.
But before we do that, I love to get a little brief bio of my guests. So if you don't mind, could you provide us with just a little background history?
Okay. Well, Colored Rocks works with minority male youth, and I'm no stranger working with minority youth. I was in charge of sales for Atlanta's NBA franchise and also spent time representing male and female athletes in the basketball arena. So this is not new to me. I became interested in the foundation after reading about Georgia's failing high school graduation rates, especially among male ethnic youth. 1 out of 3 of those students are not graduating from Georgia's high schools. And when you think about it, Ariel, that's a ridiculous number because 67% is what our graduation rate is. And if you were in high school and you had an assignment and you got a 67 on it, that would be considered a D. So those numbers are just not acceptable, and I found that very disturbing. And another thing that I found disturbing was that I couldn't quite figure out how a state like Georgia, with all its wealth among its population of color, was still allowing our male youth to fail, to go through years of high school, and then to leave, and in record numbers, they weren't graduating with the high school diploma. So I decided that I needed to pull some money and some people together and see what we could do to tackle that problem. And that's how the Colored Rocks Prize was born.
Wow, wonderful. So you basically took the devastating statistics from the academic side of Georgia,
right?
And you tried to format it into something that could be helpful, using some of those finances that we put into frivolous things for something that can help our youth, especially our males.
Well, absolutely. You know, males, we have awarded 1 round of awards so far, and meeting some of the males was probably one of the most humble, exciting things I've done, because these are guys who are stars, and they're our future resource. These are going to be the leaders for our local communities, they're going to be the leaders for our state, and they're going to be the leaders for our country. These guys, and the reason they have the name Colored Rocks is because they are pillars in our community. They're pillars now, and they're future pillars. And they're a valuable resource that we can't afford to just brush aside and let them fail to at least walk out with a high school diploma.
And that kind of positivity is much needed in our society.
It is.
We definitely need that push, that encouragement for our youth, especially our minority youth, to believe in themselves. Because as we can see now, we are able to be the next president of the United States. That's no longer something that is just a dream or a myth. It can happen, and it can happen twice.
It can happen twice. And you know, there's a lot of negativity when you speak of male youth, when you speak of males of color. For some reason, the media tends to focus on what's negative about them. I thought it would be a good idea to let's focus on what's positive about them, and let's use them as an inspiration to help some of these other youth that are struggling.
Definitely, and they're definitely out there, because I did a little background for myself for Colored Rocks, and there are some young men doing some amazing things, and they're just about to graduate, and they're helping each other. And that's one thing we don't see, is a lot of people reaching back to help one another. Once we get to a certain point, we kind of, oh, well, I made it. I'm here. Instead of saying, well, I'm here now. Can I get so-and-so here?
Right.
Can I get brother so-and-so or sister so-and-so to this place that I'm enjoying?
Absolutely. What I've observed from some of our award winners is that they are able to compete against anybody in the country. These are as good a success story as you're going to find in the United States of America, and we need to promote them more. We need to announce to everybody some of the good things that they're doing, because I mean, they're killing it. They're getting it done, and people need to know about them.
And some of those phrases and those terms that you just used, here at Clark Atlanta University, we have what we call orientation guides, and they're affectionately known as OGs. These are some of the students that you initially meet upon your enrollment in the university. They're the campus guides almost, and they just kind of welcome you to the university. So we have what we call orientation, and they are these energetic people from sophomore on up who just kind of make it more exciting to be a part of, you know, a new life, because college is definitely something brand new. And some of those words that you just said, progressive, you said success story, they have teams, and you group up in teams, and some of the teams are named success stories,
is that right?
Progressors, executives, and that's just to name a few. And it just coincides with our goals here. We're definitely seeking success here at Clark Atlanta University. We definitely see that the people who are going to graduate from this institution are going to be someone somewhere someday.
And it all starts in high school. It all starts with that high school diploma. You can't get to the next level like a Clark Atlanta University unless you first do your high school work and graduate from high school. And we're losing too many of those guys that are potential resources, you know, at a Clark Atlanta or some of your sister and brother schools and Morehouse. And this is where it starts. So we really want to zero in on that, focus in, and find the ones that are doing good things, award them with the Colored Rocks honor, and then send them back out into the community, and they're helping pull up their peers along the way.
So now, is Colored Rocks an organization that follows them throughout college, or does it kind of stop once it gets them to the doors of college?
Well, the Colored Rocks Prize is just 1 year old. We're still an infant organization, and so we have awarded our first year of Colored Rocks, and we do intend to follow them as they go through college. Everybody does not go to college, and they don't have to go to college, so we will follow them whether they either go to a college, an Institute of Higher Learning, or if they start a job, or whatever they decide to do, we do plan to keep in touch with them.
Definitely, because that level of communication throughout the years will help in your future Colored Rocks young men. As they come through, they'll have the mentorship of those who have graduated and gone on before them.
It will, and it started already. Our top prize winner, Rolando Zentino, has joined our board of directors, and so he's already contributing more than what he contributed during his Colored Rocks project. He's now contributing beyond high school, so that's just an example of what can happen with these guys once they finish their program.
Oh wow, board of directors. Now that's quite an accomplishment.
It is.
For a young man, any young man of any color.
I think it's just an example of the quality of the young man that we're working with, and any one of the Colored Rocks could have been on the board of directors. They're that sharp, they're that intelligent, they're reliable, they're dependable, they're remarkable. I could go on and on about them. They're just very impressive young men, and that's why we have the Colored Rocks Prize. We want to let the world know about these young men. They're doing such outstanding work.
And Ms. Dukes, that's really important to highlight them in such a way. And you did mention that they have a certain quality about them.
Yes.
And I honestly believe every young man has that quality, some kind of quality that sets them apart from the rest. And it's not necessarily negative. I believe that an organization like this can help steer those young men into the right, I guess, the right mindset for their own personal strengths. Because I just think right now in the society that we live in, we're so impressionable by different things, whether it be entertainment or music, or just different images that we see in the media, these negative things. We're not seeing enough of the positive so that we can see what we truly have inside.
I agree, Ariel, and the thing that's a little bit unique about the Colored Rocks organization is that that's exactly what we do. Our organization is about peers helping peers. So it's not us, it's not the administration that's putting these guys on display and helping bring up their peers and helping them graduate and get their high school diplomas. It's the Colored Rocks themselves that are doing that, because they all have projects where they're required, in order to be considered for the prize, to reach back and help at least one more of their peers, somebody who might be struggling either personally or academically or socially. They are reaching back and helping that person change his outcome into a more positive outcome. So it's amazing to see their commitment level to helping their fellow students of color.
These young men are almost like activists, really, for
They
this
are.
cause.
Yes.
Definitely.
Absolutely.
And you're molding them through this organization.
We're just giving them an opportunity. They're doing all the work. They make it easy for us.
Really?
Absolutely.
Well, that's a wonderful way to put it then. Well, Ms. Dukes, we're going to take a break really briefly, but when we return, I want you all to make sure that you're listening for some of the highlighted Colored Rocks young men. So just stay tuned.
Oh, those boys are much too much. Those boys are much too much. We got the spirit. We're hot. We can't be stopped. We got the spirit. We're hot. We can't be stopped. We're gonna beat them and bust them.
The smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life.
Let's get a little bit rowdy. R-O-W-D-Y.
Take time to be a dad today. Call or visit fatherhood.gov to learn more.
Packers. Viking. Packers. Viking. Viking.
Red state, blue state, vegan.
Carnivore.
We come from different places.
Uptown.
Downtown.
Optimist.
We come to different conclusions.
Half empty.
Half full.
But when we live united, we create real, lasting change in the building blocks of life. The education, income, and health of our communities,
Live.
our families,
United.
even the person next to us.
Live united.
Real change won't happen without you. So give, advocate, volunteer, live united. Sign up at liveunited.org.
Oh, those boys are much too much. Those boys are much too much. We got the spirit. We're hot. We can't be stopped. We got the spirit. We're hot. We can't be stopped. We're gonna beat them and bust them.
The smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life.
Let's get a little bit rowdy. R-O-W-D-Y.
Take time to be a dad today. Call or visit fatherhood.gov to learn more.
What does it take to start something? A little time. A little exercise. A little laugh. A little adventure. A little help. That's all it takes to make a big impact.
As he always talks about, he had people in his life that really helped him out, and he wants to be that person in my life.
Just like he is, I was like that at 14. I know exactly what it means to be a 14-year-old guy.
I think that's why we have a good relationship.
It's fun and cool and nice.
You get to see like how personality develops.
Our friendship is good.
At Big Brothers Big Sisters, a little bit of your support can go a long way towards making matches like these happen. Start something today at bigbrothersbigsisters.org/start something.
Wake the sun, tell him that I've begun to dream of things to come, and tell the trees not to look for me. I'm going to find some peace of mind. Wake the sun, wake the sun, wake the sun, wake the sun.
Packers. Viking. Packers. Viking. Viking.
Red state, blue state, vegan.
Carnivore.
We come from different places.
Uptown.
Downtown.
Optimist.
We come to different conclusions.
Half empty.
Half full.
But when we live united, we create real, lasting change in the building blocks of life. The education, income, and health of our communities,
Live
our families,
united.
even the person next to us.
Live united.
Real change won't happen without you. So give, advocate, volunteer, live united. Sign up at liveunited.org.
What does it take to start something? A little time. A little exercise. A little laugh. A little adventure. A little help. That's all it takes to make a big impact.
As he always talks about, he had people in his life that really helped him out, and he wants to be that person in my life.
Just like he is, I was like that at 14. I know exactly what it means to be a 14-year-old guy.
I think that's why we have a good relationship.
It's fun and cool and nice.
You get to see like how personality develops.
Our friendship is good.
At Big Brothers Big Sisters, a little bit of your support can go a long way towards making matches like these happen. Start something today at bigbrothersbigsisters.org/startsomething.
Welcome back. Now, when we last left off, we were learning about the rich cultural history behind this newfound organization, Colored Rocks. Now, we're going to hear some of the highlights and intricate details of the organization. Now, Ms. Dukes, I noticed that Colored Rocks is not just for African American youth, it's for minority youth, as you stated before. So you'll see young men of all colors.
Yes. Yes, we want to have all men of color involved in the Colored Rocks Prize, and we accept applications from African Americans, Asian Americans, Latino Americans, Native Americans, and any other ethnic group of color.
Wonderful. So this is not only outreach project for Black America, it's an outreach project for the many faces of America, because we definitely are prevalent in American society.
Yes.
I know that recently they've been showing statistics of the voting polls and the different people in Congress and just doing things here in America that look like you and I, as well as other people of color. It's not so much the Caucasian America. It's a melting pot.
Absolutely, and it's a reflection of where we are today, and you hit it right on the nail. It is a melting pot. And however, you know, the challenge is that when we talk about high school graduation rates, the men of color are bringing up the rear, with the exception of the Asian Americans. The other men of color are bringing up the rear. And so those are the ones that we want to bring up. And you know, we talk about Asian Americans, they're doing well. They're actually at the top of the charts. But those are some of the Colored Rocks that can help their peers by using the talent that they've got to get to the top of those charts. So we definitely are including everybody of color.
Now, I've noticed throughout the segment this book that you have with you. Could you tell us what this is?
Sure. This is actually the Georgia's Colored Rocks wall calendar for 2013, and it contains some words of wisdom and some success tips from all of our Colored Rocks prize winners. And there are 14 different pages or 15 different pages. It's an excellent gift. Every month you get a new success tip or a new word of wisdom. It's really unique and exciting because they're telling us how they got to be successful. And so if you're looking for instance, how you can make new friends, if you don't feel you have enough friends, there's a tip in here about how to make friends easily. There's a tip about what one thing you can do to guarantee success. If you want to know what that tip is, it's right here inside the calendar. What's another one? If you want to know something that's guaranteed to open doors for you, you know, we're talking about students, they'll be graduating, needing some doors open. There's a tip in here about what you can do to open doors for you. And each one of them has given a tip, so it's really just an exciting calendar. And if I can, I'd like to show a few of the pages so you can see what they look like. Here's the first one. This is Rolando Zentino.
Oh, wow. Handsome young man.
Handsome young fella. He is fighting for the rights of undocumented youth. He's an activist locally, and you know, many people may know about Rolando. He's been on TV quite a bit and out on the front lines, so to speak. And I'd like to read you the tip that he contributed. It says, "Come out of the shadows and be the change you want to see in the world." So that's Rolando Zentino. He's a colored rock.
Wonderful.
And another one here. This is Antoine Lang. Antoine dresses for success. That's another nice picture, right?
Very nice.
You know, ladies love a man that wears a nice suit.
That's right.
Dresses for success every day. He even wears a suit to school every day. He wants to, yeah, it is impressive. He wants to be the mayor of Savannah one day. He's from Savannah.
Oh, wow.
He also would like to be governor of Georgia and also president of the United States.
Oh, how ambitious.
So, ambitious. But according to Antoine, he intends to win.
That's right. Okay.
And I'll read you his tip. It says, "Don't stand by and be an observer. We aren't blessed just to be blessed. We are blessed to be a blessing to others. Wake up each day prepared to bless someone." So that's good advice.
Powerful quote.
Antoine Lang, he's a colored rock.
Wonderful.
And I'll show you one more. Well, maybe I'll show you two more. Can I do two more?
That's fine.
Okay. This is, let me do this one here. This is Dominique Appling. Dominique Appling is from Griffin, and Dominique is a straight A student. In fact, he's never gotten a B in his entire career.
Wow.
And he was valedictorian of his high school class. And the project that he completed was he helped 10 of his classmates complete their college applications. You know how we like to procrastinate. So he made sure they got them done and got them in on time.
And it's quite a task.
It is. Yep, it takes some time. And his tip is the quickest way to achieve success is to simply count how many others you have helped to achieve something. If the numbers come in high, be happy. You are indeed a success. So Dominique Appling, he's a colored rock.
Very good. Yeah.
And then I'll show you one last one here. This is Haeshan Gong.
Wonderful.
And Haeshan is a championship table tennis player.
Wow.
And so he used table tennis to teach inner city kids what it takes to compete and be successful. So I thought that was good lessons that he used through table tennis. And his tip is, whatever you do, practice it over and over and over again until you get it right. So Haeshan Gong, he's also a colored rock. So that just gives you an idea of what's inside the calendar. It's really, you know, almost a collector's piece. It's something that you'll keep for a long time, and there's some practical tips that you can learn and take advantage of.
And they have such personality. You can see it through all of their photographs and as well as their tips, their success tips.
Yeah.
It's wonderful. So now, how can we purchase this?
This is being sold actually in stores throughout Georgia, although they're flying off the shelves. There may be a few left at the Mall of Georgia, last time I checked, but you can always order it from Amazon.com and also calendars.com. It's available online.
For all of these tips, it's like buying a how-to book and a calendar in one.
Exactly, two gifts in one, right?
That's right. And that's definitely a positive gift for a young man this Christmas season.
Right, it is. It makes a good Christmas gift.
Definitely. Now, some of these young men just have bubbling personalities, as I stated before. You can see it on the cover. So how do they actually help you to fulfill these goals and the tenets of Colored Rock's organization?
Well, we have an annual competition, and you can apply for the competition. The rules are that you have to be a male student of color. So again, Asian American, African American, Latino American, Native American, or any other ethnicity of color. You have to be attending a high school in Georgia, and you have to be a senior in the class of 2013. You can go online to our website, which is www.coloredrocks.org. There's an application online. The application consists of an essay. You're going to write an essay telling us what it is about you that makes you a colored rock, and then also what are you going to do to help one of your classmates who might be struggling either personally, socially, or academically? What are you going to do to help turn their situation around and help them also become a colored rock? You do that all online. Our deadline for this year is January 5th. So you have till 11:59 p.m. on January 5th, and then we will let the winners know who they are in February. We give away 15 awards, 15 colored rocks, and our award is a cash prize. It does not have to go to a school. You can use it for college. In fact, 100%, I think, of our previous award winners have used it for college, but it's not required. You can use it to start a business or use it for any purpose you want.
Oh, wow.
Our top award is $3,500 for first place,
Wow.
and then we do second place is $750, third place is $150, and then we have 12 prizes, honorable mention of $50 apiece.
Oh, wow. That's wonderful. I know that top prize could really help a college student, entering college student.
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely. Because
Definitely.
a lot of, even if you get a full ride, sometimes it doesn't take care of your books and fees and things like that,
Exactly.
incidentals, so it could come in handy.
Exactly. Now, the main thing that I noticed is that Georgia is the main homestay for this organization. Do you see this organization spreading out globally in the future years?
Absolutely. In fact, our plan, Ariel, is to expand beyond Georgia into the other states, and then eventually to take the Colored Rocks Prize internationally. So step by step, we will be expanding beyond Georgia.
I definitely see those plans becoming coming into fruition because it's already multi-ethnic, as you stated.
Yes.
It already has aspects of different cultural backgrounds.
Yes.
So I don't see any reason why it would stay right here in Georgia. I know it's going to grow and expand to something that we can only imagine as a platform of greatness for these young men.
Well, thank you so much, and I see that too. And if I could mention one of the things that can help us expand, and if there are people who like what we're doing and they want to get involved in the organization, one of the ways that they can get involved is by volunteering. If anybody has specific skills in public relations or sales, computer programming, securing online donations, those are areas that we have a need for. We would even have additional spots on our board with people with those specific areas of expertise. So volunteering would be one way to help us expand. Of course, we accept donations, monetary donations, and I may mention that today is Georgia Gives Day, so that's very timely. This is an opportunity for people who are interested in making a charitable contribution prior to the end of the year to go online to gagivesday.org, and you can make a donation for the charity of your choice. If you put Colored Rocks Foundation in the search bar, that will bring us up, and you could make a donation to the Colored Rocks Foundation if you choose. But this is really my favorite way for you to get involved, is to get your Colored Rocks calendar and have your success tips and a lot of information about the organization there.
Donate to the organization, whether your time, your finances, something you can donate to these young men. Thank you so much for joining us today, Ms. Cheryl.
Well, thank you.
Were very enlightening, and it's so good to see people actually wanting to give back to our youth.
Thank you so much. It was a pleasure to talk to you today.
Thank you, and thank you for tuning in. Join us next week as we host another segment of Potpourri.